Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 6th of July 2020 and welcome to video number 192. Today we're going to continue subject from the last video. We're going to talk about lying why it's a bad idea. But today I want to go towards a relationship and I want you to kind of look at what really happens when we do lie in our relationship. So, first question that I kind of proposed yesterday as well is like, what do you think is going to happen when the truth will come out? Because many times, and I see that all the time, people who start building a relationship on lies, they have to kind of continue them in the relationship. And many of those who build a relationship and started them because many different reasons, you use lie as a different way to achieve goals without making noise, without making this whole uncomfortable, or you know that you will have to deal with argument on the or different conversation that you're not gonna like if you tell the truth. So many of us, we say that we use these white lies, and then if you do that over and over again, sooner or later, it's going to come out. The bigger the lie, the bigger the consequence, and the bigger the impact, right? So many of us thinking that, no, it's going to, we'll make it somehow. We're going to argue and then everything is going to come back to normal. But as with yesterday's example, when we talked about your personal life, many times the problem that someone will find out that you lied, it's not the problem by itself, because it goes much deeper. The consequence is much bigger because that it's not the only reason that are gonna hurt when it's gonna come out. So in your relationship, if you're 2 weeks in your relationship, you're just with the girl, just 2 weeks is not much. So then probably the hurt would not be really crucial. And it's not going to destroy your world. But if you're in your relationship 2, 3, 5 years or more, then if your lies will come out, then the consequence will be completely different planet. Because if you really love the girl that you've been with, and the lies will come out, the trust will be completely destroyed, and if it's not the first time, and she decide to quit, you'll understand that the process in between this lies being brought up to light of day and the destruction of relationship, that's gonna be the pain that you're gonna feel by yourself. You'll experience them firsthand, this kind of bleeding out of your whole relationship, complete dissemination of your any hope for life. Any light that you had in your life will completely fade out. Because if you looked, especially if you've seen someone who went through that, they were divorced or they split up after years, you'll see that the deterioration of their experience and they basically wanting to live, is completely destroyed. Because you see how the thing that you really loved and the relationship with the person that you've been in love for so long and you build and you spend so much time with, it's dying in your eyes, and it's that it's your fault. So I want you to understand that it's not going to be just okay, she'll find out that I lied. No, if you're going to go far enough with this, your relationship is going to die. And at the end of all of this whole hurt, this whole destruction and death of what you loved and you tried to build somehow, now you're going to end up with a regret. What if I would act up differently? And I don't want to scare you, because that's not why I'm doing those videos. I just want you to know that in the long run, if you kind of submerge yourself enough in lying, it's going to destroy everything that you worked for and everything that you loved. But then I want you to, again, look at yourself. I want you to look what is really happening. Why do you feel that you need to lie? And I want you to see that as we said yesterday, it shows that you're a coward. And you can have whatever excuse you want, why you lie, why you don't want to have this conversation. But first of all, it shows that you're a coward, that you're just afraid to say what you want. But if you look closer, you'll see that what happens is that you're not allowing yourself to ask questions even to yourself. Because let's say you're going through the city, there's a beautiful girl just passed you by. You just looked at her, and your girl will say, "Oh, do you like this girl? Do you think she's pretty?" And then, many of us will say, "No, just I was looking at something else." No, you knew that you looked at this girl. But what does it really say about you? That you're a pig? Or, like every man is a pig? Maybe it just says that you're really drawn to beauty. Is that bad? Isn't it the reason why you're with your girl? Because you liked her, because she was pretty in your eyes? So why the dissonance here? Why the double standard? And I know, obviously, I'm not saying about you looking at her and being, a sleazy guy. No, I'm just saying, be honest with yourself. We as men, we are visual and we love beauty. The first thing that kind of reaches us when we see a girl is her beauty. That's what we react on. Exactly the same thing if you see a beautiful car on the street, you react because it's a beautiful car. Whatever you're gonna do with this picture is a different story. But at the beginning is just your reaction to that. And then if you go towards like more important relationship stuff, if something happens and you don't want to say the truth, but you know that if you would be really honest with yourself, if you would really decide to say what you think, your answer would be completely different. And then I want you to ask yourself, what does it really mean? And what does it really mean in the long run if you're not able to deal with things which are happening in your relationship? You would like them to be something different, but you just say so everything would be fine. What happens when your girl will say, "Have you ever thought about sleeping with another girl?" And I'm saying, what if she really says, not if you thought about it, because that's like a really general question that many girls ask as a trap. It's like, what this has to do with anything? I never did this. It's just like, why would you ask that? But I want you to ask yourself, have you ever had a situation when you thought, I really would like to sleep with someone else because... Exactly. What is the reason that this kind of thought went through your head? Because if you look close enough, maybe it just says that something's wrong with your relationship. Maybe you're just supposed to see that this thought just tells you, listen, you're not as close with your girl as you would like to. Maybe it has nothing to do with sex per se. Maybe it's about being close, being intimate. Maybe you're liking that because, I don't know, maybe she's overworked. Maybe you were overworked. Maybe something is wrong and you have so much on your hands that you don't spend time with yourself. Or maybe that's killing you. You see what I'm saying? If you understand that lying it's just gonna kill you as a relationship. But then if you look at it, and if you look what truth can make you do in your relationship, first of all, it's gonna tell you what's wrong. You'll finally be able to have guts to look at yourself in a mirror and say, okay, I feel bad about this, but what does it really say? And then if you find out, if you'll be able to face those harsh questions many times, first of all with yourself, then you'll be able to see, okay, that has a deeper meaning. Because we love each other, it means that there's no enough closeness. We don't have plans for a relationship. I'm suffocating here because I don't see any goal in front of us. Or we argue all the time. I don't feel safe here. I don't feel that I really want to or can be myself. There's so many other different things. But if you understand what is really the problem, then you'll be able to propose a solution. Then you may say, listen, we're not as close as we've been years ago. What happened and how can we change it? I miss you. And then tell me that realizing this and coming like really in a loving way That's not going to change the relationship. That's not going to change where you end up. But that's the whole deal. If you're afraid to say the truth, if you're afraid to even think what doesn't really mean, then you'll never find out what's the problem, and you'll never look for solutions. Because how can you look for solutions if you don't know what the problem is? That's why lying in a relationship is not only make you a coward, it basically shuts you down and shuts you off from making any progress in your relationship. That's the real killer. And that's why you will have to rethink your strategy. Because if you're using white lies just to keep everything smooth and and calm, maybe it's a time bomb. Maybe you just maybe that's a suicidal strategy that'll blow up in your face. So then, this is what I want you to take from this video. Lying in your relationship, in simple terms, means death. Because if you're gonna go far enough, you're gonna stab yourself in the back, you're gonna bleed out, and then you're going to die. And in a short term or shorter term, if you still want, if still your relationship works somehow, you're gonna stop yourself from making progress. But if you decide to go the other way around and say, okay, let me face the harsh truth and what I really feel, and find the root cause, then you'll be able to do something about it. And then if you have courage to think about it, then I hope you'll have courage to talk about it. And then you will start to see that if you sort out a few major ones that you subconsciously know that they are there, if you fix them, if you find a way to start working on them, you'll start to see the light of day in your relationship that you've never seen before, or at least for many years. So that's why, think about it, because now again you're on a crossroads. You can choose to lie and never make any progress, or you can basically face this harsh reality and then find the root causes and find solutions. Think about it and do something about it. Because again, you can take the golden ticket to distraction, or you can basically open completely new door to your relationship just by one simple thing. Stop lying. If you like this video, like, share, comment. If you didn't, tell me as well what you think and what is your experience. I love to learn from you. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, give me a shout. I'll be glad to do it for you. And that being said, see you tomorrow.